You feel it, don't you? That pull, that whisper in the quiet moments, the flicker in the shadows. It promises something intoxicating, something forbidden, perhaps. Others might look at you and see strength, discipline, but deep down there is a fire that demands attention, a longing that can make you feel both alive and utterly ashamed. You think you're alone in this battle against desire, against lust. You try to push it away, delete it, pray it gone, but it always returns, sometimes stronger than before. And you wonder, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just be free? My dear friend, listen closely. Because what you feel isn't a weakness, it's a proof of immense power within you. The same energy that creates saints, builds empires, and sparks revolutions is the very same energy you feel. It's like a river, untamed. It might flood everything, but channelized, directed, it can power cities. Your intense desire isn't bad, it's simply waiting to be directed, to be transformed. Remember what I revealed to Arjun in Bhagavad Gita? When a man dwells on the objects of sense, attachment to them is born. From attachment, desire. From desire, anger. From anger, delusion. From delusion, loss of memory. From loss of memory, the destruction of intelligence. And from the destruction of intelligence, he perishes. When you constantly think about what you desire, you get hooked. That hook turns into a craving. And if you chase that craving, it often leads to frustration, confusion, and a scattered mind. You know this feeling, don't you? Thinking just one look or just a little peek is harmless, but then hours later, you are drained, unfocused, and wondering where your precious time and energy went. You expected pleasure, but you're left with an empty feeling, a lingering sense of distraction. But here is the good news. The fact that you even notice the cycle, that you feel this conflict, means you're already on the path to victory. You are not your urges, you are not your cravings, you are the master waiting to reclaim your power. Here are simple practical steps, not just ancient wisdom, but tools for your modern life. Guard your digital doors. Think of your eyes and minds as sacred gateways. Why invite temptation in? Be ruthless about what you consume online. Unfollow, block, delete. A warrior doesn't walk into enemy territory unarmed. Mark your digital space a fortress of focus, not a playground for distraction. Move your body, move your mind. That intense energy needs an outlet. Don't let it fester. Get up, go for a run, lift something heavy, do yoga. When you move your body with intention, you literally shift that powerful energy, directing it from restless desire to purposeful action. Find your focus. What truly lights you up? What are your big goals? Your real dreams? What makes your soul sing? When you pour your energy into something genuinely meaningful, learning a new skill, creating something, helping others, that craving for shallow pleasure starts to fade. A soul truly alive with purpose has no hunger for fleeting sensations. Connect with something higher. This isn't just about meditation, it's about finding moments of stillness. Even 5 minutes of quiet breathing, focusing on positive thought, or simply appreciating nature can recharge your inner battery. It helps you remember that deeper, peaceful part of you that's always there, untouched by fleeting desires. You might think this takes years, but the shift begins the moment you apply these simple truths. Not because the urges disappear completely, but because you remember who you are, the master, not the slave. Every time you choose awareness, every time you redirect that powerful energy, every time you remember your true nature, you are not just winning a small battle, you are reclaiming your birthright to freedom and purpose. This struggle you face, it's not punishment. It's your initiation into true mastery. You are not broken, you are powerful soul, learning to consciously wield your own immense energy. Now, rise, beloved warrior. Your victory is not just possible, it's inevitable because your true nature is freedom. Your dear friend, Krishna. If this resonated with you, hit the like button and share this with someone who needs to hear it. What's one practical step you will take today to reclaim your power? Let me know in the comments below. Want to be a part of the Mystic Circle, the Mystic Letter, and our WhatsApp community? Just click on the link in the description. Radhe Krishna and take care.